Oi oi, happy Monday, the 7th of December 2020. I'm here again trading the UK horse races, just like financial markets. Today is the 26th episode of this. Make sure to get the day and the episode right today. So yeah, episode 26. Live streaming on Twitch daily. It's just Mr. Exchange Trader on Twitch, and then uploaded as well to YouTube afterward, same day. So if you are on Twitch, feel free to follow. If you're here on YouTube, then follow me as well. Like the video, ask any questions that you might have. But yeah, I'm just trading these markets, just as I said, like financial markets. So trading the pre-race movements on the prices on the horses. At the moment, currently still using small stakes of minimum £2. Looking, as long as can't jump ahead of myself too soon, but as long as things continue in the near future, I'm looking to up these stakes as well. So you can just follow my progress as well on YouTube. There's a playlist of all the things that have gone through. Almost a month now of doing this. It's been some nice progress, so let's just see if we can continue with that. So what have we got? We've got 15 minutes to the off on this selection here. We've got a favourite at 5s, which has come in and it's finding support, just coming into support these. It's broken some previous support that it's had here, and it's now just attacking these lows now. So certainly a bounce or a break of that would seem viable. Let me just see if I can get a reading off of that number. Just bringing up, you can't see these charts that I'm trying to bring up here, but it's just the way I've got my stream set up. I'm just zooming in on the chart just to get a better idea of where that support is breaking. Oh, it has broken it. Okay, so that could be apt for a short. It's saying 6s though. Second favourite, just go over some of the other selections here as well. Got the second favourite coming in, which doesn't, I mean, that's not great for what I'm trying to do on this one, because if I'm trying to short this one, I would want to see some bullishness on this one, so some signs of it going up, but it is hitting support, failing to make newer lows, and this one's drifting as well. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to look to take a short on this, getting in at 6s, assuming that this break that it's gone through here is going to act as resistance, and we're going to see some further move down in the price, and this is going to find support and potentially drift, and this will continue to drift as well. Got a lot of time till the off, reasonable amount of time, nice amount matched already, nice tight book, so the trading conditions are apt. So I've got filled on that one, just looking to add to that position, and just going to put my partial exits in as well. So again, I'm looking for this type of level here to act as resistance. So I need this to, oh, this has started to fall. Just looking at this, take that out. I'll leave this in. Quite a heavy position, but see how these are starting to diverge. So this is starting to move up, and this is starting to move down. However, this is coming into its lows here, so it could find support, thus helping this move down, and this is coming into its resistance, thus potentially at least seeing it move back to its lows and finding support. This is still drifting as well, which is going to help, well, potentially help the bearishness of this, to see it come down further. But what I'll do, I've got filled on that second position there, so I've got a net position of 8 at the moment. So I'll try and steal a tick based on that position. So just a scalp, and just have a think what to do with the remaining one. So 5.8. Just going to split that. There we go. Still 11 minutes to the off. Yeah, this is started to steam in quite hard, but it is finding support, it would seem. So I will hold tight now for now. But just have to be cautious because this is quite, considering the size of the odds, this is a reasonably big position based on these odds that I'm trading at and what the stake that I've put in. So let's just see what happens. So it's a bit of a waiting game. Well, that is drifted hard. So these two seem very strongly inversely correlated, as this has come in quite strongly. This has drifted quite hard. And this has just been quite flat. Mm, 10 minutes to the off. Constantly just darting around between the different things. So time to the off, what the others are doing. Oh, so it's moved off from me. I was quite near the front of that queue, didn't get filled. Have to be careful in case this is punching new highs. It's still likely to come, rather than find resistance off of it, it's still likely to come in and find support off of it. But I can't be too, confident or overconfident on that. Just need to play a game of defense. Because it has punched for new highs now. Okay, got filled on that. In fact, I'm just gonna see if I can get the rest of this filled at the touch price. So it is a reduced profit now. Obviously, my risk per tick is less now. There's still good premise for this to potentially, pull back further, but I'm just playing a defensive game here, just protecting capital. Of course, I've got the, even more risk averse move of just taking the order into, break even, get out at break even. There is the opportunity to do that, but I feel there's, it's worth at least going for a tick's profit here based on the current market conditions, because it is consolidating. So let's see if we can get filled on that. About halfway through this queue. 8 minutes to the off. This is attacking its lows again. Do not want to see that break. Ideally want to see some upward movement in this, which would help this position. Okay, so let's move back into the touch now. So, an okay position in this queue. Just going to hover over this in case I want to move it up to break even all of a sudden. But I am holding out to see if I can get a fill on this, at least to get some green. But obviously revised profit targets from what I was looking for initially. I'm not anticipating this will break lower, or at least I'm not staying in it to wait for that to happen. Got 7 minutes, 6 minutes 40 to the off. Nearing the front of that queue now. You can see just how it's hit resistance, is coming to support at the level that I'm at. So I'm positioned well for this, but it's just a case of whether I get filled or not at the desired price. We'll just have to wait and see. Coming up to that 5-minute mark soon, so there'll be more money coming in, some more erratic moves. So my preference is to get out before, before that 5-minute mark. £54 left to match. £47 left to match. Just 30 now. Probability is in my favour that I'll get matched on this, but can't count chickens before they hatch.
This event will start in 5 minutes. 5 minutes.
Okay, so that was some green to start the day. So let's move on to the next one. I think I just had a quick glance over the upcoming races. There's about a 15-minute spacing between them, which actually suits me. Except for when there's ones that aren't tradable. Putain. This one here is an odds-on favourite, and we've got a clearly it's come in, so it's been steaming in from very high odds to now odds-on favourite, but the chart makes it unreadable for me. So I'm just looking to see if I can read off anything from the probability chart, just to invert that. So it's coming into support at what is that? I'm guessing 2s. No, 1.9. Fuck. Yeah, when the charts are like this, because I rely so much on charts, one of the criterion that I have is that got to be able to read the chart to help me with the decision, especially as this is an odds-on favourite. It's going to be a massive percentage of the book, more than 50% currently, so 52% or thereabouts. So movements in this are going to have massive effects on, bigger impact on the other ones. Of course, the volume on this is great. Time is perfect for me. Book is nice and tight. Just going to see if there's anything apparent in the other price movement that will help me determine what I might be able to do, even being blind to that chart. No, that doesn't help. Shiza. Okay, alright, let me just see what the next one after this is going to be. Might be a bit too much lead time on that. 32 minutes out. But obviously, there's decent volume matched on it. Yeah, I mean, 42 grand for half an hour out is decent. Looks like there's some liquidity here as well. Things are moving about. So the decision here is, do I try and eke something out of that other one, which is nearer to the off but harder to read and therefore potentially lose money, or put my attention on this other one, which is a bit easier to read. There is money coming through. All right. Well, the favourite here is coming. It's it's consolidated, as is the second favourite, and they're very similar odds as well. So these two are basically almost they're the brunt of the book. I would guess 90 to 94% of the book. Let's just check on that. 95% of the book. So taking out the VIG, about 94%. So a play that could do is, well, this is at support and this is at resistance. Short this or go long on this, or vice versa. There's nothing been trading on these ones really. 200 quid, 300. Yeah, the action's on these two. So yeah, in instances like this, you've got to be very careful not to just overtrade just for the sake of trading on boredom or frustration that the conditions aren't there that you want. So sometimes it is a waiting game, just to have the best criteria materialize. So yeah, okay, I'm just gonna won't be a sec, just gonna go on mute for a moment. Okay, back. Yeah, that is annoying. But hey, I can't. There's nothing I can do to influence the market to get it to do what I want to do. It's just got to take what's given, unfortunately. So that's support off of twos. Yeah, this is probably not going to make for much riveting viewing, but if you are on YouTube and sitting through this, do feel free to ask any comments that you might have, or ask any questions that you may have in the comments. Leave a like or a follow if you find it interesting, as it is daily that I'm looking to do this. So a couple of hours each day on Twitch, so it's just Mr. Exchange Trader, and then uploaded afterwards to YouTube. But yeah, it can be just like watching paint dry sometimes. You haven't got what you need in front of you, so you just gotta stick it out or lose money or gamble. And I don't like losing money, and I'm not that good at gambling, so here I am, just waiting. 27 minutes, so it is still quite a way out. And yeah, as I keep saying, it's important. That's why I keep these videos in the long form, because it is important to understand the realization, the reality of trading. It can be boring. It can be just waiting for stuff to happen. I mean, ultimately, with this approach, there's a few ways that I could look to scale it up. So obviously using more money is one of the options. So that way I've got a better return on my time in terms of doing this, because average of £1 per day is with 2 hours work is not great. but I'm not doing it for the money at the moment. It's just to get used to trading. Obviously, if that can scale to something like £100 per day, that becomes more interesting. And then, there's things like automation, which could be a consideration. So automating this approach, which I think, because of the way I'm trading at the moment, it is quite discretionary. So there are lots of decisions that I'm making just based on, a lot of things that can be quite subjective, which in terms of automating and programming is going to be, very tricky potentially, because for it to work as an algorithm, there's got to be components that I can break down and turn into code and tell the algorithm to automatically do stuff. The way I'm trading at the moment, I feel, at least from my view, is still quite discretionary, which can also be an advantage because it's hard to replicate. But those are some of the thoughts that go through my mind. Just how can this scale up? How can I get the best return on my money? Using more money or automation are two options. But don't want to jump the gun too much. Just continue getting those high strike rates, and then add up the stakes in the next in the near future. Going to use bigger stakes rather than £2. How many horses are in this? Whew. So there's about 8 horses in this, and then it's just rank outsiders. That one looks like a non-runner. But other than that, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, these two are just basically 95% of the book. So 24 minutes to the off. I could be making markets on this, but the problem is, all it takes would be, the market is settled enough to potentially just, buy back and then lay. But I just need to be cautious because these ranges are very, very tight. The range that this is moving over is only a few ticks. If it were a bigger range, perhaps that might be more viable, just to scalp at support and then get out resistance, or sell at resistance, get out of support. But because this is so tight, it just, you're left susceptible to a break at any point. And then not much profit target in it. But this is, I think I might see something developing here. So this is what I'd be looking for, is a break of 2s here, or a break of this price, whatever that price level is there. What, 225, 224. I guess 22. This one here. So break lower here, or a break up there, or vice versa. If it breaks resistance here, I can't see what number that would be. Oh, it's so difficult, these levels. I can't read those off. I guess it's 208 based on this volume. Okay. 2, 4. Minutes. Pretty sure this is my reference point for this resistance here. You see where these highs come in to 2.22, possibly 2.2. So a break of that could be the break of resistance that I'm considering, and obviously that would need to correlate, or ideally would correlate, with a break of 2s on the downside here. So that would start moving down, this would start moving up. Still waiting. 19 minutes. Next few moments should see a bit more action coming to the market. So break of one of these viably. Gonna leave these alone. There's not much money on these at all. Double digit, single digit gaps in the market, gaps in the prices, does not make for a good trade with this approach. Oh, that looks like it could have been a break to the upside on this one. Chart's just lagging a bit, so it's broken that previous resistance. So what did I say the support was on this? Can't read that off. It's fucking useless. And I'm aware as well that it's the type of race could be the reason for this being so flat as well. I must admit I'm not entirely sure what a novice hurdle what involves that. They're jumping over hurdle. Well, if I were to hazard as a guess, they're horses that haven't run a lot of races and they're jumping over stuff over a distance of 1 mile 7 furlongs. But in terms of what characteristics that means in terms of the market, I don't know if it's just that means that there's not going to be much volatility in the lead up in every race that's like this. So novice hurdles over this type of distance, or if it's just this one specifically. So yeah, I guess at some point need to look into the different types or understand the different characteristics of the different types of races. And yeah, it is important to try and keep concentration here, because you can see it's been a good few minutes here. It'd be easy just get fatigued by this or pissed off and do something stupid. So I just need to keep alert. 16 minutes. Still very flat market. Again, I don't purport to be any expert at this. I'm just, part of this is just getting some face time with the actual market, just to understand its different characteristics. There are different traders out there who would definitely have more experience in this and know how to trade this differently, or know when not to have traded it and invest their time better. But I think the market can be one of the best teachers in terms of that, and you can only get that by just spending time looking at stuff like this, observing how it interacts at different times. So as boring as this may seem, it's time well invested, I think.
This event has been suspended.
Why is it being suspended? My guess is one of the horses has been removed. Probably this one. Don't know. Let's just reload it. I don't know if I can do that. Yeah, okay. 14 minutes till the off. And the thing is as well, because I've looked at this from so far out, I think if I'd come in, I'm likely to have a different view if I'd come into this, or I may have a different view if I come into this, 10 minutes before the offer, even 15 minutes, because the dynamics of the market would have changed. I mean, it hasn't changed that much in this instance because it has just been flat. Came in and it was flat, and yeah, it just maintains its consolidation. But at least I know. I mean, I need to do kind of audit on my progress in terms of the types of races. And the good thing is I've got all of this recorded, so I can just look back on the ones that I passed on. So I'll be looking to see if there have been, any consistency in the type of race, or if they're all kind of novice hurdles that I've maybe passed on, or that I've scalped. That looks like it could have broken support. So looking for a break of resistance on this. Still, it's so hard to read the value. So looking for potential moves up on this or moves down on this. 13 minutes to the off. That could be drifting. And this could be coming in. It's just attacked these previous lows, and that, if you saw that sharp move that happened. So it's attacked those lows. I want to see if it breaks it now. Unless I don't have an exact price point that I'm looking at. But it's somewhere between 2 and 2.5, so it's either going to be this one here, or this one here, or perhaps 2.12 is a support. And this is the disappointment of this all, or might be the disappointment for some people, is I might have looked at it all this time and still not take a trade. But I don't see that as I'm not perturbed by that, because I'm not losing money. Okay, that could be breaking support. Just trying to add to this position, as I feel it's potentially going to break lower. Don't want to overpay for it. This has started to drift. And this has broken that support. So I've got some skin in the game, but not a lot. See if I can add to that and take away that. So up to £4 in the game. Just aware that it's finding support at these previous lows here now. £8 net position. So trying to lay some of this off now. So these lows here could be acting as support. Well, it is acting support where the price is kind of stalling at the moment. So from here, it could just retrace and start to attack these highs here, or even the lows previously, or it could be priming itself for a lower high to move and a lower low to move lower. I don't know which. But what is likely is these previous prices that it was struggling to move through are going to now act as resistance. What will help is some sharp movements up in this. So this sharp movement we're seeing here does not help my position, but it is still going into that, what I'm deeming as resistance at these lows here. So I'll hold tight for now. What is it, 6-2? This one's coming in, it's kind of approaching 2s as well. So yeah, hopefully that finds support at 2s. If it breaks it, that definitely won't help my position. Oh shit. Okay. So let's play defense. So I've brought all my, well, most of my positions up now to you know, this higher position here, so anticipating fewer profits or less profits. Just trying to play defense to protect my capitals. 8 minutes now. These strong movements could, you know, help me. Amounts of money here coming up and pushing this higher, or even better, amounts of money pushing this down. But let's just see how this materializes, really. 7 minutes to the off. Now I need really for it to break this support that it's been finding around this level, 2.18. It's quite a heavy position as well. 6 minutes. Just moved up all of my take profits to around, just over break even. Very on optimistic that it could break these lows now, this low here, to move much lower, so break twos, but there's still a potential that it will break this support and come back here to get me out, enough break even or a small profit. 5 minutes to go.
This event will start in 5 minutes. 5 minutes.
So okay. Start disaster management now. So need to lay off some of this. So taken some of that position out. What's this at? 2, 12, 6, 8, 2, 8. So I've got £8 net stake. Oh wait, shit. Oh, you muppet. You muppet. Just reducing my position size bit by bit. It's taking a loss, but hopefully the loss won't be too big. It looks like if I'd stayed in, I would have been, I would have broken even or made a small profit, but I wasn't to know that. So I've just got to listen to what the market's telling me and act accordingly. So I'm just going to take that one out. And red up for 22p loss. So I'll have to look back and see what could have been improved on that. But obviously such a long way out from the off. Felt like it had an impact. I was just watching that one for a very long time. But yeah, just take the loss on the chin and move on. Could have been, what is this? Only 2 horses in this. A 2-horse race. Jesus. All right. Here's what it is. Oh, fuck's sake! Another one of these ones. Coming from 55s to, so that I'm guessing there must be lots of horses that are just, I don't know, aren't running on this, that have caused this to come in from such high odds. Odds on favourite, can't really see what it's been doing, but obviously it's been coming in, but I want to know what it's been doing in recent price action. I'm going to take the assumption that these are just highly correlated, so as this has moved into, it's going to be a perfect, inverse correlation. So in these most recent times, basically this movement here is the opposite of what this has been doing. Assuming, yeah, because it's a really tight book. That's a good assumption to make, I would have thought. So trying to identify where the support resistance areas would be. It's going to be hard on the favourite there. But maybe I'll have some reference point on a second favourite. So it's above 275 and just over 3s. So I'm guessing 305 is the resistance. 275, really? $276. Hasn't even traded that low. Must be 2.8. That's annoying. Another one of these. And today, all of the races are spread out by 15 minutes apart until after. Until about 1:45. Then they come a bit more regular. So that might be a lesson to learn, just when to trade in the day, just to check the card for the day. And maybe when they're this spaced out, it might be more beneficial to, just start later in the day or take a day off, whatever. But 15 minutes to the off. Alright, let's see what we can see. So this is coming up to its resistance at 305, I'm guessing. I'm just going to have to keep on, because basically a sharp move in a ladder, I'm going to have to use the ladder as reference rather than the chart, because a sharp move down on this will mean it's it's breaking support, which should correlate to a break of resistance on this. All right, yeah, it's happening. Get some skin in the game. Only £2 in there. That is already closed out. Trying to get a better fill on this, better price on this, rather than going in at market. But yeah, we'll see. I was able to get just a tick on that because it was only £2 I got filled on. I was hoping for more. Alright. Gonna try going in on a touch. Got filled on everything. Alright. Got 6 to fill, 10 to fill, quite a heavy position. Still in my favour in terms of it breaking that resistance and going into it again. So still good, decent signs of bullishness. Need to back £10. So I've staggered the exits in the anticipation that we could see a break higher. 11 minutes to go. Looks like it's finding support now off of this level, the 3.05, 3.1. which is helpful. Obviously some sharp moves down in this would help even more. Got a decent Q position on this, but you know, not rely on that. That might, it can do anything. Might shoot down, whatever. But yeah, hold. I'm you know, happy enough to hold tight for now anyway. And the resistance here seems to be 1.5, so struggling to move much higher than that. Mm-mm. 10 minutes to the off. That doesn't feel right. Feels like the market's pausing there. How's my internet connection? Yeah, it's all right. So that got filled. So £4 left to lay off. More wiggle room on my stop loss now. Just trying to get as much as I can in terms of the profit. Don't want to be too greedy. So I've just dragged down that take profit down by 1. Do feel it could punch, you know, much higher, but just going in the realms of probability here that it's at least going to go into resistance again, at the very least. So let's see if we can get filled at that. Okay, yeah, okay. And it is punching higher, but you know, I've made my decision already. Out of the market and made a profit, but you know, that's another reason as well. That's, you know, I mean, that's about, it's helped with the loss that I made on the last one. I think the last one was about 33p, so I'm about break even now after 3 races. It seems like an age, but yeah, not losing money at this point, but not making any. So let's have a look. Next one we've got here is at 115. Yeah, that's very rare. Two horse race. I don't even think I've seen that before. Maybe once or twice, but yeah. So we have 22 minutes to the off. 27 grand match, good enough. Tight book. Favorite here has very similar price. First and second price. First and second favorites very similarly priced. Favorite here has come in and then it's just hit support. Second favorite here has drifted, although it looks like it's hit resistance. It's kind of double topped. Its highs here, and it's falling away now to find potential support at these lows at around 3s, I guess. So let's have a look. Yeah, it's 3s. Well, looks like it could be breaking 3s. So using 3 as a reference point, I'm going to try and get some skin in the game and take a position, anticipating it's going to move lower. And these other ones, I mean, this is kind of drifting. This potentially is coming in, so I need to be wary of that because that doesn't help this position. Just finding resistance off of 3s. I mean, slightly risky because this one looks like it's finding resistance off of 3s and potentially moving in. So I've got a lightish position in here. Whoa, £2. So I only got one position, but you know, I'm gambling, if you like, on highly speculating on the price breaking support. I'm not too confident that that's really the play to make here. It's just going to scratch that. That is always an option if you're unsure, or the market doesn't. More to the point, if the market have conviction on your entry, but if the market doesn't do what you anticipated within a period of time, then just you're wrong. So change your decision, or change your view, I should say. 20 minutes to the off. So yeah, support looks like it could be holding. I read that wrong actually. The support on this was about 298, 2.98, based on this previous low here, rather than 3. So it's holding up here. So really, it's a break of this that I was needing. So it's just to reassess. Still a long way out. So the thing that's interesting me here is this is holding as support, this is holding as resistance. So just what is that, under 3s? Yeah, just under 3s is holding as resistance, and just under hang on, just under 3s is holding resistance as here, and just under 3s is holding a support here. So yeah, they're quite inversely correlated at the moment in terms of where their support resistance areas are. So it's just thinking how to structure a potential trade. I think that's lagging. That could have just broken. Try not to rush into anything here, as you can see. But yeah, if it isn't there, it isn't there. I'm not going to try and make up what isn't there. Oh, this looks like a potential drift here. Okay. There's a lot of money to go behind there. Bloody hell. And that could be troublesome if that evaporates for whatever reason. But hey ho, I'm going to attempt to get some skin in the game and short this. That does look serious, because it's not when it went into the touch, it didn't just disappear. So this amount here looks like it's serious, but the problem is once that's taken out, then it could just run up again to 3s if there's nothing there to push it down. So that's why I'm just a bit I know what the risks are with this one. Basically, if it fucks up, then it fucks up, and it's my fault. And I'm right at the back of this queue as well. So basically, when this money gets matched, all of this money has to get matched before I do. So over $1,000, was it 1,113? I'm at the back of that queue. So in fact, let me just rearrange my potential entries here. Lighten that up. putting some speculative closes in just in case we do see some, a whole bunch of money. Just take that out. Looks like they've moved it down. I think this was at 9.4 before that £1,000, so it's been moved down. So this money looks like it's serious about getting matched. This is starting to drift as well, which helps the narrative. You can see this is starting to drift out here. This is starting to steam and come in. So I'll hold tight with these positions. It's a relatively light position, but hey ho. This is drifting still. So these two look like they're drifting. So these two look like they're correlated, first and third, and the second here is it's probably not even second. That's probably the first. Favorite here is just coming in hard. So 14.5 minutes to go. Partially filled, and that was filled. Alright, I definitely think in the next level up, working with partial fills is going to be something I need to get more used to maneuvering around, because I feel that's using £2 stakes, that not partial fills isn't something you have to deal with often, but I do feel that's something I'm going to have to maneuver around a bit more, especially for, if it's a fast moving market. How can I quickly act on taking out positions, net positions? But yeah, okay, that was all right. I think I'll agree on that. I'll hang around just a few moments longer just to see if there's anything else I can read into this. It's just been a pain in the arse reading these off. Guesstimations of what the price levels are. It's about 4.2, isn't it? Yeah, that does look like it's still going to steam in, but at this point I'm just there's a few things I'm weighing up in my mind as to whether to continue in this. It's like, okay, how much time is left? How easy are the charts to read in terms of picking off the price levels? And the fact I've already got some green as well. So I know that, on a typical race, anything about, above 20p is, with these stakes, is good. So it's not the best in terms of return, but it's green, and entering new positions is going to jeopardize that. So it's a case of, right, maybe time's better spent looking at the next one, which is, how far out is that? 27 minutes. God. All right. Just going to go back to this one again. Just see what might materialize off of this. I'm just looking off screen for a sec here as well. I think I'm about 15p up on the day. Oh no, plus this one, 26 to 27p up. It's because the gaps between these races are just massive to deal with. So, right, looking back now. So 10 minutes to go. This has continued to steam. This has drifted and then come into resistance of its previous highs. So a break of these highs could get long on. This has continued to kind of come into resistance now, but still, I would say bullish intent. 10 minutes. All right, let's move on to the next one. Which is at 1:30. So 24 minutes to go. Favorite threes drifted, steamed, found support at its previous lows, could be attacking those previous lows now, coming back into them. This is very, if you just look at this move here, like it comes down and has a slight hump, very similar to this. So those look at least correlated in the recent price action. This has been very flat, as is this in most recent price action. 36 grand match with 24 minutes to go. And yeah, it's perfect. 101.4 type book. Good. Well, let's look at the opportunity. What can we see? So just looking off screen for a sec here. Right. So we've got still 23 minutes to the off. Nothing's jumping out at me in terms of taking any positions here. This, I mean, it's just hit resistance of its previous, what appeared to be its previous lows, so its previous support, it's just below it actually. This is just consolidated, as is this. So, okay, this is coming into its support in that recent move. So a break of that might be interesting. I'm guessing that's 7. What number would that be? It's so hard to get bloody reading off of these. Between 7.5, which is down here. I'm just going to have to do it based on the movement. I'm guessing the support that we're seeing here is between this, I guess, these 4 numbers here. So seeing it move down past those lows, this might be easier to read. So a break here, if I see a sharp movement here, because I can't really read the precise numbers that I'm looking at for the break on this one, makes more sense to potentially be long on this, because a break of that could correlate to a push higher on this. So so that's the thinking at the moment. Potentially long on this, and seeing a, I guess just see a sharp move down, or if it appears in the chart, it break lower of this previous support. If the timing's right, obviously if there's enough time, this might move first, so this might push higher, you know, and I'll be late on that. But you know, it's a lot of conjecture really. Got to wait. I'm preparing for what could happen, but you know, just trying to think a few moves ahead in case, you know, what I'm prepared for what I'm looking for. Okay, that is edging lower. I'm going to take something on the touch there if it lets me. Just because I'm seeing this edge lower in its move, so it's edging past that support. It's a bit risky because it hasn't done it as of yet. At least I can't visually see it in the chart. But I'm going to take this one on the touch and leave something outside the money just for a better price. And we'll just see how the fill goes. Because, yeah, looking for this to break resistance and move higher, or anticipating that might be. Even if it doesn't, there might be a chance to get out with a tick just by going on the other side of this, if this gets filled at this price at resistance. But yeah, so many variables that need to be filled before anything happens. But you can see, you know, the way I'm structuring it is just thinking about what I want to see, what I need to see. So £19 needs to be filled here. Do I want to up the ante on that? Alright, I'm going to put in one more. We've got 18 minutes to be off. I'm going to take one off of 4. Got filled on that. Lighten that. So I've got a £2 net stake in the game. Looking to get filled on this, but also looking to get filled on this. So when if this gets filled, then I will enter another closing position here just to attempt to steal a tick. So that's been filled there as well. So still on the touch on this. So let's see if we can get filled. So it hasn't broken higher, which was a story that I was hoping for, but it is at least meeting resistance. It's dropped off it now. £4 net stake. So seeing if we can get filled here. Just a little under halfway in this queue here, so 146 needs to get matched first of all, or estimated £146. 17 minutes to the off, so decent amount of time. This is just still finding support, struggling to break those lows, and this is similarly just struggling to break these highs. But I'm okay if that's, you know, ceteris paribus, if that stays the same, then there's still scope to scalp this. If it moves higher, great. But let's see if we can get a fill at the desired price here. £16 minutes, 57 quid left. This is punching down, which could help me. So it's punching that support to move lower. So seesaw action again. This moving lower, could see this move higher. It might be something else that's drifting pretty hard that I'm just missing that isn't within sight at the moment. Okay, so that got filled as well. So I've got £8 net stake. It's a reasonably heavy position for me, based on these stakes anyway. Little money on that, so I'm going to try and take a tick here, and I've left the rest of the position in the anticipation couldn't see it move higher. Debating whether it's just to move this out, because it could have broken support there, but this has punched lower so much. So, well, not so much, but it's punching lower. So something has to see. This one's drifting. This one looks like it could be breaking resistance, or at least going into it. So there's a good probability that this will drift at least to these previous highs and just move within that channel, if not break it and move higher. So that's the reason for holding tight for now anyway. (13 minutes 45 seconds) till the off. Right at the back of this queue, by the looks of it. So I'd need all of that money to go before I'm matched. Still happy to maintain the position, at least for now. No reason not to. But yeah, decisions can change in a blink of an eye depending on what happens next. So it is a waiting game. Continued bearishness on that. (12 minutes). Pretty hard drifter on this one here, coming to sevens. But yeah, that's not really something to look at. Need to see if I can get out of this position. Hopefully at profit. Been very sticky at this level. You can see how long it's been on a touch and how long you know, I've been in this queue. It's gradually coming down, but you know, as time goes on, risk increases. So 11 minutes. It's been consolidating for a long while. Contemplating bringing this at least part of this order down. Yeah, in fact, so 4.1, 4.2. Let's take one of those orders down. Oh, right. Everything got filled. Okay. You can see everything just got filled just as I was going to move one down. I don't know if I did do that, but basically all those orders got taken out. So I'm now flat on the market and taking a profit on that. So that patience seems to have paid off. It's gone into that resistance again, as I was anticipating. Not really punched for new highs, but at least gone into that resistance, and I was able to green up a profit. 10 minutes to go. So on to the next one. So 9 minutes to go. Next one here is 145. Yeah, these markets are taking some patience today because the distance between them is just a lot. I mean, I know I like to get in early, but it's just sometimes the waiting between them can weigh you down, really, just take away your concentration. So it might be a challenge going forward to continue to just or for me anyway, to just trade when there's that much distance in between. As part of the routine, I think I need to just assess better the day's racing and plan a day around that, because I'm up on the day, but it's just been just a lot of waiting around. Let's just see what I've got coming in. So it's 12 on that, 20 on that, 22. So 27. Yeah, okay. Right. So just looking off screen at the moment. Yeah, if by some miracle you're still watching this on on YouTube, feel free to give it a like and subscribe. Also daily on Twitch. It's just Mr. Exchange Trader. So let's have a look. Favorite here. So 22 minutes to the off. Favorite here, threes. So it's drifted, it's consolidated, it's pulled back, and is now pulling away to encounter the previous lows here. Previous support, it's finding resistance off of. So you could see this fall away to attack these lows or break higher past these previous support. Second favorite here, come in, started to drift. Could possibly be going into that resistance, those previous highs there. Third favorite here, was finding support. Looks like it's recently broken that support. Certainly a short bias on that. With sevens as a reference point, so sevens currently could be acting as resistance. We've got 20 minutes to go. 23 grand matched. 101% book. I mean, the one that just pops out to me is probably this one, to short off of sevens, but won't jump into that just yet. Just wait for a bit more liquidity to come into this market. One of those testing days, really. think in past times this would have been something that could have easily frustrated me, but not too bothered about it. Just know it's part of the game, really. Some days are ideal, get all the conditions you want, and you can still lose money. Some days they might seem a bit slower, but then, you know, overall you do all right. So, what we got in this one? 3.5 is our resistance area. So here, this looks like it's building up around support, just over 3s. So I'm guessing 3.15, possibly 3.1. So breaks to that could be interesting. I'm going to put something in on this. Just looking at this one, breaking now. I mean, there's not a whole ton of money on this, but I can see at least context with this drifting and this coming in. I'll take the risk. And if it goes right, it's down to me. If it goes wrong, it's down to me. And there's always the opportunity just to cancel it and, you know, take out the orders. No, not too sure on that one. I'd want to get a better fill. That's 7. So there's some more money coming in. 18 minutes to go. 24 grand match now. This one has now become the favourite. Second favourite is now the favourite. I've just reordered them based on odds price. So this one has drifted and gone out to second favourite. This one has come in. I'll leave these in here. I just want to get a good price on this. I want to sell off of 7s. This here, it's just watching as this approaches 3.15 because that is its support. And so a break of that could mean, you know, a violent or an aggressive move lower. Not willing to jump on that just yet. Break of 3.5 would help that, I would think. So this breaking 3.5, this resistance here, either I could just lay that and go long on that, or potentially I'd anticipate it should move this in, or one of these other ones. So yeah, there's a few things that are potentially geared to happen. I'm still keen on getting short on this. Just looking at the recent price action, so I've put in something a bit more aggressive in terms of an entry. 15 minutes see off. Do you feel this is going to break? Well, potentially looking for this position here as well. So yes, whatever happens first, really. And this coming in isn't going to help. I need this. This does look like it's a pullback, so it's gone here and then potentially pulling back to find support maybe off of these levels before potentially moving higher. But I just don't want to guess the market too much. I want to see it materialize first and then act on that, rather than, you know, me willing it to do something. Might be worth just okay, got filled on this. So I am monitoring multiple positions here. Risky game, but I feel okay with that, at least for now. That could obviously be to my detriment, but just trying some new things out. I've seen this hit support, so likely to pull away. This here is been attacking this lows, potentially to move lower, and this hitting support helps move into that story. This one here, I might just take this out at small profit here. Do feel it has scope to move lower, same as this one, but yeah, just trying to time things here. How long we got? 12 minutes. So yeah, these multiple positions are probably more viable this far out. Be a bit more scary nearer to the off. Do I want to add to that? Yeah, okay. I'm gonna try and get filled on that. Cancel that. Try and get out a small bit of profit on this. More aggressive entry on this because it is breaking lows. Just keep an eye on this to see whether it gets filled. Willing to drag it to break even. Okay, so I've got filled on this. So there's a lot of things just I'm kind of trying to concentrate on at the moment here. Which again can just be to be to my detriment. Might be more viable just to focus on one thing. This looks like it is getting filled, so I can give my full attention to this one now. The money is coming in, 11 minutes tee off. Still got a £4. Yeah, this does look like it could move much lower. So I could be more aggressive on this entry, just be a bit more greedy on the profit. Because it just looks like he's gearing up to be quite bearish. Especially if that breaks, you know, that 3.5 level. This could just fly lower. And it would also be, I didn't even clock that, it would be a break of 3s as well. Let me just put that on 3s. Because I know there's some rationale between me before me moving this up to 3s. Basically, I was going for a profit target that was just 1 tick lower than 3s, which is a bit silly because as it comes to 3s, it's going to likely find support as it has done. So going for just 1 tick lower for an extra 2p doesn't really make sense. If I was going for a bigger move, it should be down for, you know, down here. So I'd moved it up to 3s because that's the more probable area it's just going to, you know, find support at, and, you know, either bounce or break. So yeah, that's why I moved it up. Very long-winded way of explaining that. Let me just move this up. Play on defense. Defense. 9 minutes to the off. This looks like it could be rolling over. See if I can get filled on this. Yeah, it's definitely found support at 3s, but viably to punch lower. £56 needs to be matched before I get filled. Okay, that was filled. Just leaving these in for a little bit longer, just to see what happens. Maybe don't want to jeopardize it too much, so I'll cancel that one. See if the price moves back into this, so I can maybe steal a tick or two, but I've got to be careful. I am jeopardizing the green that I've already obtained. Actually, forgot about the green on this as well. Yeah, fuck it. It's just green and go. So, it was a long slog. Oh, next one's 10 minutes off. So it should be a longer wait time to make this viable. 18 minutes to the off. Ah, for fuck's sake. Another one where the chart's fucked. Right, so shorter wait time, but my charts are fucked again on this. Oh god. Why? Let me just see when the next one after that is. 27 minutes out. Fucking hell. That is annoying. Simonov, mon ami. Let's have a look. So it's going into. It's even hard to read off the probability chart. So again, this is just another one where, you know, I'm annoyed by the conditions under which I have to trade, but you know, it's down to me. It's my choice. I can choose to just trade anyway, or you know, not take the risk, or look for other software as well. I mean, it'd be so good if there was, I don't know if anyone knows TradingView or anything like MetaTrade or anything like standard like financial market trading tools, the ability to have the full price history that you could zoom in on with, put trend lines and stuff like that on. That would be awesome for this, because my main issue at the moment is just not being able to have accurate reads on the price levels that I'm trying to assess. Well, it looks like it's just breaking resistance. 325. So I'm looking for movements down in this. Alright. This could be slightly risky. So I'm looking for Alright, here's the way I'm going to play it. Basically looking for this to move up and continue with its bullishness. Looking for potential shorts on this based on it breaking fives. I don't have this as a reference point, so that is annoying, but we'll see how this plays out, because these two look like they could be negative, inversely correlated. What did I get on that? 2. Alright. So let's see if this 325 holds as support. I've scaled into this. So without one of my charts for reference, it's pulling back, isn't it? So I'm just having to imagine what this is doing. So this is moving out, at least looking at the ladder, which has caused this to come in. I've got £8 net position. Just put another one there. Let's put another one here. What was that? 330. Just gonna bring that into the money. So £8 net stake. 14 minutes to go, thereabouts. Oh, that's broken fives as well. But yes, no. I'm just trying to get out of this one here. Profit, really. Selling this at fives might be of interest if there's enough time. Uh, 13 minutes. Got a decent position on that. So annoying, I can't have this as a reference, so I need to be extra cautious, really. It is holding as support, at least for now. I've moved down at least one of my expectations on profit, so it needs to go up and attack these highs again on this chart. Ideally this will keep coming in. 12 minutes. Still holding a support. Oh, hang on, did that just tick down? I was looking away. So that could be a deep retrace before it punches to attack these highs again, or it could be a reversal if it punches past This support at about 3.1. Of course, I'm just imagining that this is hitting resistance, so a move down in this will help. But 10 minutes. Okay, got filled on that. Reasonable position on this, so I will hold tight. Okay, got filled. Yeah, patience paid off that time, but I must admit I wasn't comfortable with not having that as a reference. So yeah, I need to be careful on those. Made it this time. It was okay trade. There was a good premise for it, but just need to be wary of doing stuff like that again. So next one here, fucking 20 minutes out. Remove suspended markets. Yes. So just having a quick look away from the screen just to see how I've been doing today. So very stretched out trades today. 15 on that. 17 on that. So started the day with a 12p profit, then a 22p loss, 25p profit, then a 12p profit, 22p profit, and then I've got about 32p waiting to settle. So that is a net of about 81p. Okay, all right. So let's have a look what we got next here. So we've got 17 minutes to off, a favourite that's come in, drifted. So it's kind of come into the previous highs here where it hit resistance. It's pulled back and it's attacking it again where it is at the moment. So that could be just, you know, looking to punch higher, and that would be a higher low. Or it could just be finding resistance there to fall away. And it is odds on favourite as well. It's another thing that springs to my attention. Let's see if I can get a reading on what that resistance is. Not really. It's below 2. That's about as much as I can ascertain from that. Second favourite here, a bit easier to read in terms of the chart. It's consolidated, steamed in, and then just found support. It's near its previous lows, which I'm guessing is 4.5. Let me just double check on that. Yeah. 4.5. So I've got a better reference point here because it's easier to read off of the charts. That 4.5 is the support area here that it's moved into. So looking for breaks of that is probably the trade with the more scope in it. And that would be paired with maybe a break higher on this one. I can't read exactly what level that is, but certainly just seeing some activity, the price moving aggressively up there could correlate to a break of 4.5 here. Well, third favorite here, you can't really read that. So let's just wait and see. Got 16 minutes to the off. Been quite a challenging day in terms of waiting for stuff to happen, and hard to read charts, but at least ahead on the day so far as well. But yeah, let's see. As always, it's important not to get complacent. The strike rate has been good so far. Managed loss well. Only one loss on the day as well in terms of overall trades for a race. But can't let that go to the head. Just in a blink of an eye, shit can happen. What is that resistance level? It's under 5. So 5 here could act as resistance. It's just moving into those previous lows there, which was 5. So the range is basically between 4.5 and 5s. Yeah, what I'd like to see really is just an erratic move on the favourite here. This odds on favourite, either up or down, don't care. Well, preferably, let me think here, up would be better. Just give me more premise to short this. Mon Dieu. Attende. See, they're both going into resistance, both the favourite and this, which doesn't help me. I want to see some divergence. So okay, that's gone into 5s. I want to see this. If this could break higher now, that would help me be more confident in shorting this at 5s. Of course, if this starts to move lower, which it is, a break of 5s might be worth going long. There's a big chunk of money there. Alright, it's a bit speculative, but here's what I'm going to attempt to do, is get long on this, because I've started to see this come off of its resistance, and this just broke 5s as well, which is a crossover. I haven't got any skin in the game. Let's see if we can get in at 5s. So I'm going to need to see this bearishness continue and this continue to break higher past 5s now. Let's go for a bit more. What are these highs here? 5.5. So I feel this could at least have legs to move to around these highs here, which I'm guessing is about 5.4 before it hits resistance. So I've been a bit more optimistic in terms of the profit targets, if it happens, within a reasonable period of time. Otherwise, I'll need to move them profit targets down. But it has done as I anticipated. It has broken 5s and moved higher. It's just managing the profit. I'm not being too greedy. I'm just moving that down, actually. Do not like how... I mean, that's started to roll over, which is good. But it's just stalling at this price here. So, chunk of money here. That's good. Stay in there. That's good. Might be people jump in front of it, or it might be taken. But, pay attention here. So I've got some partial entry on that. Okay. So I've got a little bit more to lay off now. Now this is where I need to think. How much? Yeah, this is part of the thing that I'm need to think harder about when I'm using bigger stakes. How do I manage partial exits? It's got £1. What is that? £1.21 matched on this. Still got two. All right. Let me. Okay, so that's fully £8. I think I'll take that out. It's a bit too heavy a position to consider that. So it's moved up. It's coming to this resistance here. It wasn't as high as I thought it would be, at least in this move. It's going to move that down. Looks like it could be breaking that as support now as well, so potentially rolling over. So just to play a bit more defensive and maintain profit and maintain my capital. Okay, so got out on that 16p 14 to 16p profit depending on what comes in. 10 minutes see off. Whew. All right. Yeah. Let me see what we've got done today. So how long have I been going for? I can feel my concentration going as well. So this is that tipping point really, where the next one could just be the downfall. Not without jinxing it, but it's just that awareness I can feel, because it's just been the first few have been quite a struggle in terms of just concentrating between the offs. Just aware might be diminishing margin or returns. Each one that I look to trade more on could just lead to losses. But I'm going to assess this one and then make a decision from there. So we've got 18 minutes see off. Favourite come in, consolidated. Second favourite, consolidated. Third, slight drift. How much is matched? 43, nice. Tight book, nice. Just coming into its lows here. So let's have a look. I could have actually broken them according to the zoomed in chart. Again, it's a price level I can't read it exactly, but somewhere between 4.5 and 5. Really? Oh, fucking charts. 4.5 and 5. So this looks like it's potentially breaking resistance, or could do. This looks like it potentially has broken support. So I'm going to short this one. So I'm anticipating this could break lower. Which it is doing, but I haven't got any skin in the game yet. This could move higher, but again, I can't read the levels to work off of here. Fuck. So going long on this would be, viable as well, but I can't read the values off of the chart, unfortunately. So it's always a bit of a guesstimation. This is moving off and I'm not on it. Alright, let's try. Going to try something slightly more aggressive. So I'm going in on the touch there. So I need to be just, abundantly aware of what I'm doing. Going to cancel that out of the money order. So still didn't get matched. It's moving. I'm going to switch my attention back to this one because this is likely to drift as this one comes in. So I'm just trying to get matched on, you know, at least one of these. Hopefully not at the same time. I'm not being too overzealous as well, because there could be a lot of good work undone. So we've got 14 minutes to the off here. That's come down. It's found support at 4.5 now here. So this could be consolidating now before it moves. Alright, so I've got filled on that one. Let's cancel. Oh, 8 is quite a heavy position, isn't it, mate? Oh, do I want to... Oh, got good position on this. Let me cancel them. Oh, it's painful to do that. Oh, it's good position on that, but I was in this one, and effectively I didn't want to double my risk by betting on the same thing on different selections. Doubling my risk and dividing my attention, not a good mixture. So I'm in this one now, so I'm looking for this to basically find support and move higher. That would need to see this move continue to move lower as well. You know, most likely. Just taking off some of the partial exit and moved it down nearer to the touch there, because it is consolidating slightly. Probably looks like it might have punched past the support it was finding as well. So just being a bit more defensive on that move. This has started to potentially roll over as well, but still fundamentally looks like it could be a lower high and a lower low. So just trying to listen to what the market's saying, really. So a reasonable Q position here. Well, it's not much money on it anyway, but yeah. £25 needs to be matched. 12 minutes to the off. £8 to lay off. Getting filled on this one. So right at the front of the queue on this. So this will give me a bit more, reduce my risk, and it's about the same on a break even, isn't it? Okay, here's what I'm going to, alright, getting filled. Alright, okay. I'll leave this one in just for a bit longer. Reasonable queue position. Just going to drag it down. Just going to drag it down. See if I can get filled there. Front of the queue. See, that's why that's estimated. You can see those £2 there, but it said £20 estimate. £20 until I get filled. So that is an estimate when you see that come up. It's not exact, but you know, it's a really good feature in my opinion. You can't know exactly what it is, but it's still a good approximation of whereabouts you are in the queue. So 12p. Let me see. So that's about, I think that's 92p in total. No, okay, that puts me over £1, I think. Let me just see. It's 14, 15. Do I want to push it for another one? No, that does put me over £1. So that's another. Okay. Yeah, okay. I'll just go over results. So far, settled have 12p profit, minus 22p loss, 25p profit, 12p profit, 22p profit, 14p profit, 17p profit. And to settle, I have, let's call it another 12p. And then what is this one? Another 12p. So let's call it 24p left. So that puts me at £1.04 for the day. I'm happy with that result. Very challenging in terms of keeping concentration, and just trying not to push things too much to the point of then losing money. So certainly, if you found it useful, do again like, follow on YouTube. I'm here on Twitch daily. Just Mr. Mr. Exchange Trader. Any comments you might have as well, happy to answer those as well. Don't know how helpful I'll be, but yeah, hopefully enjoyed that, and we'll be back again tomorrow. Thanks a lot. Bye.